Welcome everyone to this week's haul of thrifted goods. I have an assortment from different thrift stores in the area, and this is just the weekly roundup of some things that I found. I'm always on the search for some great brass pieces. My local thrift stores have dedicated sections for brass. They have a silver section and a brass section usually. It's nice because depending on the tone of metal that you're going for, you can stick to that area. I like spending time there, sorting through. Oftentimes there will be piles of things. This time I found a set of mallard bookends. These are very heavy brass. I haven't touched them yet. I haven't cleaned them at all. They still have a little red mark. A lot of times the things that I pick up at Goodwill in particular, they write with I feel like it's almost like a crayon. On the bottom it says Burke's Korea. I've always liked the look of mallard bookends. They look very classic. I was happy to find a set at the Goodwill. There is a thrift store here called Deseret. It's a vast thrift store. It is very organized. They have mostly clothing. Their houseware section isn't huge, so I don't always find things there. And I only go there a couple times a year. And I found a bag of things. Let's unwrap some of these. I saw a number of spice jars. This says pickling spices. On the bottom it says bottles made in Japan. These are vintage. Let's go through some of them. Allspice. On most of these, the price tag is right on top of the label, so I'm trying not to rip them. Poultry flakes. This is a blank. Dry mustard. Paprika. Onion salt. Garlic salt. This has nutmeg. We have a few more here. Trying to not ruin these as I take them off. Ginger. And as you can see, this one tore a little bit as I took the label off. Cinnamon. Okay, we're almost done here. Parsley flakes, and finally, sage. I really love gold foiled labels. Something as mundane as a pickling spice had this beautiful label on it. Because these labels remind me of stationery, and a lot of vintage stationery had gold foiling on it. Once I saw a few of them, I decided to just spend some time going through and find as many as I could because they were so inexpensive. They were 50 cents a piece. According to my receipt, I bought 13. I've always kept my spices in their original jars. I've never transferred them, but I would consider doing that with these. But how do you know the expiration date? I guess you just write it on the bottle. I found this really cool satchel. If you open it up, there are 3 glass bottles as well as cups. This would be great to use at a picnic or at an outdoor movie somewhere. And these are nice. They seem like real plated silver. On the bottom it says made in Germany. It's flat so you could set it down and it won't spill. These are their original packaging, so it looks like they also came with these little plastic cups. Inside of each of these bottles you could put different types of liquor. So you could put whiskey, I would even put wine. It's basically a travel cocktail set. This does not look like it's been used. I love the stitching. Bring this, impress your friends. Depending on the number of records, I like to file through all of them. If I don't have a lot of time, if I'm just going quickly to the thrift store, I won't look at the records. So when I went this week, I spent some time at the records. I think someone dropped off their record collection because there were quite a few that were in their original packaging. I picked up Whitney Houston, and it's still got its plastic cover on it. This was from 1985. Saving All My Love for You, How Will I Know, The Greatest Love of All. Whitney was really an amazing performer. I actually on a plane recently watched a documentary about Whitney Houston and her family. It was really interesting. If you are a fan of Whitney's, look into the documentary. And the record is in perfect condition. I also found Diana Ross live at Caesar's Palace. This is so Diana Ross, I love it. This is from 1974. This actually opens up. There are all of these beautiful images of Diana Ross with great filters. It's so Caesar's Palace. I love it. That's all for this week's haul. Thank you for joining me. As always, I really appreciate you being here. I hope that you're having a great week, and I will see you again next week with another haul. Bye.